Hey everyone, you've got Hannah and Will from the Fitness Alchemists here bringing you a hip external rotation, words are hard, hip external rotation focused Kinstretch class. So for today's class, you might need a throw pillow or even a pillow off of your bed to adjust your position. And it would be good to have like a towel or something you can fold up for a little extra padding. If you have a yoga mat, you could also just double that over a couple times. We're gonna have a little forearm supported stuff. So grab what you need, pause the video if you need to, and then come back and join us. We're gonna start by warming up the spine. So you're gonna get into your quadruped position, hands and knees. Burr, 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 burr. You're going to shift your body back slightly. So your butt moves slightly towards your heels just to ease your neck and give your spine a little more room to work. And then starting at your tailbone, you're gonna tuck your tail under, and one vertebra at a time as best you can. You're gonna round up into the roundest possible spine shape you can make, maxing out spinal flexion. Once you get fully round, start back again at your tailbone, poke your tailbone up to the ceiling, and slowly bring yourself into spinal extension, feeling your belt buckle reach towards the floor, then your belly button, then your lowest rib, then the middle of your chest. Finally, the collarbones start to float up, the neck comes up, and the face comes up. Woohoo! Keep alternating between those shapes. You're on the clock, no need to count your reps. I want you to use any mental focus you have here to really zoom in your mind's eye on which segment of the spine you're trying to move. Our spine is healthiest and absorbs force the best when each individual segment moves relative to its neighbor. And in fact, the only way we can deliver nutrition at a cellular level to those connective tissues of your spine, the discs and all the other good connective tissue stuff, is to make sure that we're moving each of those segments. So that's part of why we make this such a meat and potatoes staple of our Kinstretch classes. You've got 10 seconds left. Keep going through your spine. Don't have to finish a complete whole rep. Just wherever you land is going to be great. Breathing in there somewhere. Very important that you breathe. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let that go. You're going to come into a side lying position for hip cars. So here, if you've got that pillow, you can use it as a pillow under your head. Novel idea, so crazy. You're going to take a deep breath in and create a good abdominal brace. I feel like if your nephew came by and gave you a little playful kick in the belly button area, you'd be like, boom, bounces off, no problem. Create an upper body tension strategy that works for you, pressing into the floor, squeezing your fists, and then start to pull your top knee towards your chest, as close as you can bring it without your spine changing shape. Then push that leg up towards the sky. When you can't lift anymore, start to rotate to send the sole of the foot behind you, and then kick back. As far back as you can, again, without your spine changing shape. Start to come down towards the floor and around until the knees make contact. You're going to pause there, give them a little squeeze, and then reverse. Going back the way you came, kicking back, lifting up, starting to round the corner, pulling your kneecap towards your shoulder, towards your chest, and down and around until the knees touch once again. Keep tick-tocking back and forth through your hip car. You don't need to match Will's pace. I want you to find your 1 mile per hour pace. We're about halfway through the set, which is about the time that the bracing strategy of the rest of the body starts to fade a little bit. So see if you can turn up the intensity dial on your midsection and your upper body staying strong. Make sure you're still breathing around your braced abdominals. It's going to be smaller, shallower breaths, but we still want to keep fueling the system with the good old O2. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastico. Switch sides. Good, yeah, don't kick me, okay? Great. So Will's here, he's got a good brace through his midsection. He's locking this in so that that rib and hip distance stays the same. Upper body tension strategy. Then he's going to start pulling that top knee towards the chest. As much hip flexion as that hip's going to give him without the spine changing shape. Push the leg up towards the ceiling. Start to rotate so that the sole of the foot kicks back. Push your thigh bone as far behind your spine as you can without changing the shape of the spine. And then come down and around. Get a little squeeze between the legs and then reverse. Kick back the way you came from. Max that out, then lift up towards the ceiling. Bring the knee towards the shoulder, around, 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 and then down towards the floor until your knees meet up again. Keep tick-tocking back and forth. Check in that you're allowing your head to rest on the pillow. Midsection tension does not have to be neck tension, right? We can separate those two, put them each in their own rooms. Keep breathing to fuel your work. And keep committing to that 1 mile per hour pace where you're trying to explore the outer limits of what your hip can do. What can this thigh bone perform in this hip socket? You might surprise yourself, even if you've been doing cars for a really long time. Last 10 seconds. It's okay if you don't get through a whole full rep, but I want you to keep continuously moving for the time. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, let that go. You did good. Okay. We're going to come into the 90-90 position for hip external rotation. So that means that the lead leg, or the leg that's in front, is going to be our hip that we focus on. And for many of us, it's not super comfortable to be in 90-90 and be upright. We have to kind of lean out to the side. If that's the case, put your pillow right underneath the thigh and glute area of your front leg. And then to help you bias the stretch, you're going to think about trying to slide your butt meat off to the side. So Will's going to slide his hip matter towards me as he shifts himself a little bit away from me. And then he's also going to tilt his torso forward a little bit. He's looking for a stretch deep in the cheek of this lead leg. He might feel, or you might feel, more global stretch throughout those back of the hip tissues. But we really want to try to find that deep to the bone stretch. We're working on capsule stuff today. So once you find a little stretch there, your first job is to breathe and get really clear on where you feel it. So Will's going to start taking in slow inhales, followed by slow and controlled exhale, having the intention to have the exhale be a little slower than the inhale. And the goal here is just to calm yourself down. Anytime we get close to end range, like we talked about in earlier classes last week, can be a little alarming. So we just want to turn down those alarm bells so that we can work. Couple more deep breaths here. Taking your mind's eye to exactly where you feel that stretch happening. In a second, when we start doing our pails, you're going to want to feel like you're engaging that stretching muscle tissue. So right now is your chance to get really clear on where it is, where you feel that stretch sensation. Good. Okay, staying in position, make any last micro adjustments to be a little bit more comfortable. Hands need to move or trailing leg needs to adjust, you can do that. And then very, very gently, you're gonna start pressing your thigh down into the pillow and your ankle or your foot down into the floor lightly, maybe 10% effort. Check in. Is that igniting an attempted contraction in your stretching stuff? That's what we want. Stay low level until you get really clear on that. And then keep pressing the thigh bone down, but start to make the ankle heavier, such that you have a rotational force going into the ground, as though if the floor were in the way, you'd rotate the earth away from you, and start to ramp that up. You're probably now at about 20% effort. Ramp up to 40%. Ramp up to 60%. And now make sure that your body is contracting at 60% as well. So whatever funky position you're in, can you turn that into a 60% intensity plank, midsection, armpits, arms, maybe even the trailing leg gets involved, whatever muscle tissue you can find. And then together, ramp everybody up to 80%, trying to rotate the earth away, bury that foot in the ground, and hold there. Maintain. 5, 4, you can't see it, but Will is shaking. This should feel like strength training. 3, 2, stay in position. 1, slowly ramp that contraction down. Keep your body tense, give me a little abdominal tension. And now try to find a contraction that could reverse that rotation, that might make your ankle light, that might make your thigh bone feel like it's spinning in the opposite direction, in this case, in Will's case, towards me. Maybe you find something, maybe you don't, depending on how much you practice from this position. Hold whatever you can get for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay in position. 1, slowly relax that away. Beautiful. As you relax and soften, see if you can sink deeper into the stretching position, maybe finding a more powerful stretch, or at least reestablishing the same stretch you had before. We're going to do one more quicker round before we switch sides. If you need to wiggle, this is your chance. But if you can, please stay in position. Okay, round 2. Give me a little abdominal brace to begin with, but don't change your position. Make sure you still feel that stretch. Start to press the thigh bone down into the pillow or the floor if you're on the floor. Foot down into the floor. Make the foot heavier than the thigh, so you have that rotational force going down into the ground, ramping up 20%, 40%, 60%. Make sure your body is matching you at that 60% effort. Crank everybody all together up to 80%. And this time, give me your greatest, safest effort. That could be 81%. That could be all the way up to 100. You get to check in with yourself and decide. Maintain whatever that is for 5. Yes, 4, 3, 2, stay in position. 1, keep your body tense. Fade away the pressure into the floor. And now try to make that leg light. Could you reverse the rotation? Could you get contraction in the muscles that would rotate your ankle off of the ground? I do not expect any movement, but that's the result if you weren't at end range. 5. Breathing. 4. Keeping your brace. 3. Sending help from other squeezed muscles. 2. And 1. Slowly relax. Reestablish your stretch sensation. Take a deep breath all the way into where you feel that stretch. Life is good. And then we will switch to the other side. Nice. So setting up on your pillow, you're going to slide your butt meat off to the side, away from your lead leg side on the lead leg side. Trailing knee has a lot of play here. You can sneak it forward, you can sneak it a little bit out to the side, you can see what's comfortable, you can play with this knee angle. It doesn't have to be at a 90-degree angle on this side. Start searching for your stretch in the lead leg, deep in the cheek. This doesn't take a lot of forward fold. We're more interested in changing the orientation of the pelvis on the femur. So another thing you can think about here is trying to slide your butt cheek further away from your kneecap. That one doesn't connect for everybody, but give it a try, especially if you've been doing this for a little while. Take a deep breath. Feel that stretch sensation. Slow inhale, slower exhale. Calming yourself, bringing yourself into the room. Taking this moment to just be concerned with finding that stretch sensation in your hip and getting really clear on where you feel it, what tissues are stretching. When we start our pails, those are the tissues I want you to feel that you've engaged. All right, very gently beginning your pails, you're going to make your thigh bone heavy into the pillow or the floor. You're going to make your ankle heavy into the floor. Give me equal pressure at first. And then start to make the ankle heavier than the knee. So you've got rotational force driving down into the ground. Ramping up gradually to 20%, 40%, 60%, At 60%, make sure the rest of the body is matching that 60% effort. Midsection, armpits, strong arms pressing into the floor. Your hands could even claw the floor. Anything that helps you feel sturdy, strong, and tense. And then crank everybody up together to 80%. All muscle tissue squeezed, sending help, trying to rotate that hip through the floor. Maintain, breathing to fuel your work for 5. You're doing great. 4, 3, 2, stay in position. 1, slowly fade that away. See if you can keep your body tense, but let your hips slowly relax. And then see if you can create the opposite rotation. Could you twist your thigh bone in the opposite direction such that your ankle might weigh 0 pounds on that imaginary weight scale that's under your foot? Ramp up whatever you can find and maintain it for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay in position. 1, slowly let that fade away. Life is good. Reestablish your stretch sensation. If you feel that your muscle tissues have given you more slack, you can get deeper into this stretch angle. 1 more deep breath, and then we'll go shorter, round 2. Give me a little bit of midsection brace to start this one off. And then heavy thigh, heavy ankle, trying to rotate the earth away from you. Start ramping up. 20%, 40%, 60%. Body's tense, matching your effort here. And then crank everybody up to 80%. There we go. And then give me your greatest, safest effort. I need it to feel very challenging, very safe. Both things. Maintain. 5. Yeah, Will, get it. 4, 3, 2. You got this. Stay in position. 1, keep your body tense. Reverse the rotation. Try to get your ankle as light as can be on the ground, putting as little pressure onto the floor as you can for 5. So good. 4. Faces of Kinstretch. 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. Stay in position until you can get at least 1 recovery breath in. Hopefully find your stretch sensation again. Nicely. Okay, peel yourself out of that banana. You can shove your pillow off to the side. Not too far. You may need it for the next exercise, but you probably won't. We're going to work a little bit more on now some active hip rotations, controlling that space that we just opened up with your pails and rails. So we're going to start with a hip external rotation lift off. And this is where you may want your towel, depending on how hard your floor is or what kind of mat you're working with. We're going to come into a side frame position. So the top leg will be straight. The bottom leg will be, again, that familiar 90 position where your knee is straight ahead from your hip and you're resting on your forearm. Start with this as your base, and then we can talk about some ways to make you closer to your end range if you aren't quite there. Main key things here as we set this up. We want good tension through the midsection so that as Will does the lift off, go ahead and do one, Will. Yeah, relax. He's trying to get rotation through that thigh that lifts the ankle. Now do a bad one where you let your spine move. Yeah, so that's one way to get your foot off the floor. We're not interested in that. We want to train the hip, yes? So good amount of tension through the midsection, pressing yourself up away from the ground, or my hand in this case. Strong, straight leg. The better your brace, the better your lift off. And then see if you can rotate that thigh to get your foot to leave the ground and hold. 5, 4, try to fight for more. 3, 2, 1, slow fade. Nice. Now, if you were getting a ton of lift, like we could slide a yoga block under there, you want to prop yourself up a little bit higher. So like Will, I would have go to his full kickstand arm here. If you were getting 0 lift at all, you can rest yourself down to side lying, just like we did for hip cars, to give yourself a little more running start. We want somewhere between a credit card swipe and a finger swipe of lift to know that you're working really close to your end range, which is where the most value is. So pick your poison. We're going to do 4 more 5-second holds, lift and hold. Brace your body, rotate, and hold. Fight for more. 5, 4, twist that thigh bone. 3, yes. 2, 1, slow fade back to the floor, even if you're fading that credit card amount. brace, better brace than last time, including the straight leg, rotate and hold. 5, 4, fight for it, 3, yeah, 2, 1, slow fade back to the ground, brace, straight strong leg pushing into the ground, rotate, hold. 5, 4, fight for it, 3, 2, 1, slow fade, last one, best one, brace, rotate, hold and fight for more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly relax. This is very nice. So you see, even when you are strong, it's still hard to work at end range. This is one of the, I think, hidden benefits of us having to do these videos, is that we can really live the truth that end range training, it should feel very humbling, no matter how strong you are or how long you've been doing it. Okay, so setting up on that new side, one side might not be like the other. So you're gonna do your same first rep as a test and then decide where you need to be. So Will's got his test there, he's getting plenty of lift, so he's gonna prop himself up on his strong, straight arm, strong and straight, both of those things, good. And then deep breath in, create a good brace, and rotate. Fight for more rotation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slow fade, twisting thigh bone and socket. Okay, better brace. Turn up more plank tension in your body than last time. Press everything down into the floor that's not about to lift, and then rotate. Hold, fight for more. 5, that's it. 4, 3, 2, 1, slow fade. Amazing. 2 down, 2 to go. Brace, rotate, hold and fight for more. 5, you got this. 4, 3, 2, 1, slow fade. Last one, best one. Ramp up a good brace. Rotate, hold it, fight for more. 5, twist, twist, twist. 3, 2, 1, slow fade. Nice work, buddy. I think this is probably also fun because people don't usually see us interacting. Okay, so then, just for more hip spiciness, we're gonna get into a half frog position. So Will's gonna lay on his belly, as are you. You're gonna take one leg out to the side, aiming for, again, about a 90-degree angle. And your knee maybe will be right across from your hip. However, you can totally modify and bring it down a little bit if that feels pinchy or weird in the top part of the hip. The other piece that we want to make sure we control for here, you're going to be doing a lift off of this bent leg. So Will, show me one. Perfect. So getting internal rotation to lift. And then the cheat here, do a bad one where you really hike your hip. Yeah, exactly. So this side of the waist may try to shorten. So if you're not sure, you might want to use your hand on that side, either underneath to plant your hip into, or just in the small of your back so that you can have more awareness of if your hip and your spine are changing shape as you do these hip rotations. Ideally, all we want to do is get a little twist of that thigh bone such that this foot might get light or might lift off the ground. And we're going to do similarly 5 5-second holds. So get yourself into position, supporting your forehead with either your towel or your opposite hand. Plank your body, brace your abs, strong straight leg, and then rotate, hold whatever you get and fight for more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly fading back to the floor. Control that return to the ground and then pop right back up. Brace, rotate, hold, fight for more. 5, 4, that's it. Twist the thigh bone. 3, 2, 1, slow fade. Look at that slow fade, so good. You're doing great too, I can tell. Brace, rotate with my psychic abilities. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slow fade. 2 down, 2 more. Brace, I can count. Rotate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slow fade. Actually, I'm probably the worst rep counter in the world. Last one, best one. Brace, rotate, hold and fight for more. 5, 4, you can do it. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax to the ground. See how slow you can float that foot down. Yeah! It's so nice. It's so nice. So much fun we're having already. Okay. Switch sidesies. Good. You don't have to turn yourself around. You could just stick your other leg out to the side. Will's going to turn so you can see the leg if you need to. Using your same side as the bent knee hand for tactile awareness of what your pelvis and spine are doing. As best you can, you're going to plank your body into the floor, strong midsection, strong straight leg, and then you're going to rotate that bent knee, rotate the thigh bone so your foot might come off the ground. Hold whatever you get for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade back to the floor. Control the descent. Good. Reinvest in your brace. Rotate. Hold. Fight for more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. 2 down, 3 to go. I'm keeping track. Brace. Rotate. Hold. Fight for more rotation. 4, 3. Spin that thigh bone. 2, 1. Slow fade back to the ground. The ankle might do weird things. That's okay. 2 more. Brace. Rotate. Hold. Fight for more. 5, 4. That's it. 3. You got it. 2, 1. Slow fade. Last one. Best one. Brace. Rotate. Hold. 5, 4, 3. Flirt with the cramp. 2, 1. Slow fade. It's just too bad you can't see the faces Will is making because his face is down on the mat and your face is down on the mat. Next time we'll have a glass-bottomed boat for you. Okay, so we're just going to do one more set of each of those exercises. However, you're welcome / I'm sorry. We're going to do 3 10-second holds instead of 5 5-second holds. Time under tension.
He's usually pretty nice.
I think I'm nice. Fewer reps. I'm being nice to me, less reps to count. Okay, here we go. So setting yourself up like you did last time for the rotational lift off, either forearm, straight arm, or side lying, whatever you need. Brace yourself, rotate, and hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. 10 seconds is forever. Better brace. Rotate and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, see? 2 down, 1 to go. It's nice. It's better. Brace. Max it out. If you were saving anything, spend it now. Rotate. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know. It's the worst. / best. I always think of Kimmy Schmidt. You can do anything for 10 seconds. That's not how the song goes, but it's one of those. Okay. Here we go. On the new side, ramp up your body tension first. We want everything that's not moving to be working just as hard as that moving part. Ramp it up. Rotate and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. Good. 1/3 of the way done. Better brace. Rotate. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We might not be friends after this. One more. Brace. Rotate and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. Oh my goodness. Drunk leg. Yeah.
Over there.
Okay, half frog, laying on your belly. One leg out to the side, roughly in a 90-degree angle at your knee. But again, you can play around with that as your knee needs. Plank yourself into the floor. We're going to do 3 10-second holds just like we did for the other exercise. Give me a good brace. Hand to monitor so you know your pelvis isn't moving. Amp up that brace and rotate. Hold whatever you get. 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to stay off my hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. Yeah. It's the other treat. We get to be each other's training torture partners. Brace. Rotate. Hold whatever you get and fight for more. 9, 8. You're doing great. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. Nicely. 2 down. Last one. Brace. Rotate. Hold and fight for more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade to the floor. Look at that control. Nice job. Other leg. You're like, let me get this leg as far away from you as humanly possible. Okay, I think you're good. Okay, brace yourself. And rotate and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. Couldn't be unfair to the other side. Brace. Rotate. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow fade. 2/3 done. 1 more to go. Make this last one your best rep. This is your last hard thing today. Brace. Rotate. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, very nice work. All right, mes amis, that's enough hip spice for one jour, aka day. Thanks for putting up with my weird bad French. We'll see you next time.